Dear students, we will do module 93 deductions from gross total income sections 80GG and 80GGB. 80GG is about rent paid and 80GGB is about donations given to political parties. So first we will see what is section 80GG, that is deduction in respect of expenditure incurred on payment of house rent. So the features we have to see of this section, this deduction is allowed only to individuals. So you have to remember some sections 80G is available for everyone. Some sections it's available for individuals and Hindu undivided families. This here you have to remember this is rent paid is allowed only to individuals. This is allowed only under the old tax system and this deduction is allowed for rent paid, provided assessee must be staying in a rented house due to his employment, profession or business. So he should not be getting any house rent allowance. Now, next is assessee or his spouse should not have any self-occupied house in India. So that is one condition they will see. Another condition is assessee or his or her spouse, minor child or HUF where he or she is a co-partner, does not own a house at the place where the taxpayer resides. So these are the conditions for that. Now what is the rate? Rate of deduction allowed for section 80GG. One is statutory limit 5,000 per month. Rent paid minus 10% of adjusted GTI, 25% of adjusted GTI. And all these values we will take and whichever is less we will take. So what is adjusted GTI? We have learned this in section 80G also. Adjusted GTI is equal to gross total income minus long-term capital gain plus short-term capital gain on shares covered under securities transaction tax plus income referred to in section 115A plus all other deductions under section 80. That means 80C to 80U except 80GG. Now one problem we will do. If if a professional man, Mr. B, has his adjusted gross total income rupees 3,60,000 and pays a rent of rupees 5,000 per month. Compute the amount of deduction he can claim under section 80GG under the old tax scheme for the assessment year 25-26. So how we will do? First one is statutory limit is there 5,000 into 12, that is 60,000. Here adjusted GTI is given 3,60,000. Rent paid is 5,000 into 12, 60,000. Adjusted GTI 36,000. So this value is 24,000. Third point is 25% of adjusted GTI. That is 3,60,000 divided by 4. So the third one is 90,000. Whichever is less. So this value is the least value. So under section 80GG, the deduction allowed is 24,000. Here in the problem, we have assumed that all the conditions he is fulfilling for eligibility for 80GG. He or his family members are not having self-occupied house property. He is living in a rented house due to his profession, employment or business, all these conditions. So this is just an illustration to explain how this section will work. Now, second section, deductions under section 80GGB, donations given by companies to political parties and electoral trust. So this deduction is allowed only to companies. See, each section is different. Previous section was only to individuals. Here this is given only to companies. Entire amount donated or 100% deduction is allowed. If donation is given in cash, no deduction is allowed. That meaning through check only they have to make the payment or any other electronic transfer. The term political party means a political party registered under section 29A of the Representation of People's Act 1951. Now one more problem we will do. Mr. R living in Bangalore submits the following details for the previous year 24-25. Compute his taxable income under the old and new tax schemes for the assessment year 25-26. So here part-time salary. Professional gain 5 lakhs. Rent received from house at Delhi 18,000 per annum. Municipal taxes 1,500 per annum. Long-term capital gain on sale of plot 10,000. Part-time salary as lecturer 1,64,000. Rent paid at Bangalore 6,000. Interest on government securities 29,000. He has deposited 15,000 in public provident fund. So first we will do as per the old scheme. So first one is part-time salary salary 1,64,000. Now standard deduction under section 16, 50,000 you can reduce. So 1,14,000 is the salary. 1,14,000. Now income from house property, net annual value 18,000. Minus 1,500 municipal taxes, you will get 16,500 net annual value. In this, 30% we have to deduct a standard deduction under section 24. So that is value is 4,950. 4,950. That is 30% of 16,500. So income from house property 11,550. Now third one is business or profession. Business or profession 5 lakhs. 5 lakhs. Long term capital gain 10 lakhs. Long term capital gain 10 lakhs. 10,000. 10,000. Income from other sources. Government securities 29,000. 29,000. So total gross total income is 6 lakhs 64,550. Now less deduction under section 80C. Public Provident Fund, he has contributed 15,000. That deduction is there. Now 80GG deduction we have to see. Rent paid. He has paid statutory limit 5,000. So that meaning 5,000 into 12, 60,000. Rent paid minus 10% of adjusted GTI. Adjusted GTI is 6,64,550 minus long term capital gain 10,000 plus 80C deduction 25,000 you have to reduce. That meaning 72,000, that is 6,000 is the rent paid. 6,000 into 12 minus 5,000, 72,000 minus 10% of 6 lakhs 39,550. So that is 63,955. That is 8,045. Now 25% of adjusted GTI. 6 lakhs 39,550 divided by into 25 by 100. So 1,59,888. So 80G you will get the least value 8,045. So total deduction we will reduce, that is 2345. 23,045. Now the total taxable value is taxable income 6,41,505. 641,505. This is the taxable income. Now this is as per the old scheme. Now when we will go to new scheme, this you have to reduce 75,000. 75,000 is the standard deduction. Standard deduction. So salary value will change. Salary value is 89,000. 89,000. House property same 11,550. Now professional income 5 lakhs. Long term capital gain 10 lakhs. Income from securities. Income from other sources 29,000. So the total income 6 lakhs 39,550. Now you have to remember, as per the new scheme, sections 80C and 80GG are not allowed. So this is the taxable income as per the new scheme. So this is what I wanted to explain in this module. Happy learning. Thank you.